Hello everybody, my name's Ben Robbins from the Lost World of Movie Props. I'm here to Hugh Spight. How are you doing, sir?
Great, had a fabulous day.
I was going to say, how does it feel to be back at a convention again?
Oh, such a relief. And it's also just like, meeting up with your family again
Yeah.
and, it's touching base. And a couple have just come home from Holland,
Oh, really?
and to see us and they pop up and, they're part of the family too. And so it's a lovely, lovely feeling.
Yeah. So, how's it been meeting the fans as well after COVID times and that? Has it all been okay?
Yes, and I think because we had such a good lineup here today, a
Mm.
lot of people have come and said there are four people there or that I need and want to get, and
Yeah.
we're all here, and so it's been a very good response.
Awesome. I mean, it's
Yes,
been really busy today. I mean, I'm trying to get people all day, but you've been flat out today, haven't you?
yes, but I'm so pleased. Yes, it's been an excellent day, very remunerative.
So, you did puppeteer work, sorry, and you're on Dark Crystal. Can you tell us about the characters you played and the puppeteer work you did?
Yes, yeah, I worked with the Hensons for 2 years on Dark Crystal, right from pre-production.
Yeah.
I know the costumes being built on me
Mm.
and developing these characters which don't exist in reality.
Yeah.
So we have to think, how do they behave? How do they speak? How do they yawn? How do they laugh?
Mm.
Um, which was, a very exciting project to be part of,
Yeah.
and see it come to, to fruition and through all the hard work.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, so I did the Landstrider. I did one of the Mystics.
Yeah.
I did Gotham. I did, well, we did sort of everything really.
Yeah.
But I think the Landstrider was something that was very special to me, and because it was from building them basic body form. Jim said he wanted a creature that carried the hero and the heroine across the country,
Nice.
galloping, and so it became the Land Strider. And yeah, and there were things done there that have never ever been done before.
Yeah.
Never has a four-legged stilt creature galloped,
Mm.
and we actually gallop,
Oh, nice.
simply because if you take 60% of the body weight,
Yeah.
you can do it.
Oh,
And I
wicked.
watched documentaries of giraffes galloping and tried to copy their leg movements.
Oh, nice.
And anyway, so that was a very, very exciting time and special time, and especially being with Jim Henson,
Yeah.
who was the most amazing man, absolutely amazing man. Never saw him get irritated, never saw him lose his cool, or certainly not his temper,
Yeah.
never. And if there was anything that it concerned you, you could go to him and
Yeah.
talk to him directly, and he would make sure something would be done. He was a very special man.
Nice. Because I met you at the table earlier, and you were telling me about a power pack that they plugged you into, and it almost kind of went wrong.
Yes, the head of the Landstrider was
Mm.
radio controlled,
Yeah.
and it takes like 2 3 hours to get into the costume.
Yeah.
It's all latex foam injection molding. Yes, and we would rehearse a take without the head on, and then work it all out. Then back to the stand where we would sort of like be supported, resting
Yeah.
to them to put the head on. And as they connected the electrics up, I had the battery inside my costume, and they were just putting the head on, and smoke started to come out from inside the costume, which terrified me because being if that had ignited, I certainly wouldn't have survived it.
No.
I would have been barbecued, because they could never have got me out of there quick
No.
enough. So I was a bit shaken by that.
Yeah.
Very, so the battery had short circuited and melted all wires.
Blimey.
Praise God, it didn't catch fire.
Yeah. So we're here at a Star Wars Day today, and you were in Star Wars. Can you tell us about
Yeah.
your characters you played in Star Wars?
Yes, the main character I played was one of the Gamorrean guards.
Yeah.
And especially in scenes with Harrison Ford,
Yeah.
taking down to the dungeon and all that sort of stuff.
Nice.
But they were lovely characters and nice costumes to work in, quite comfortable
Yeah.
compared to some of the things we've been doing, for the 2 years previously. And enjoyed it. It was great fun.
Yeah.
And I pretended that my Gamorrean guard he thought he was John Wayne. So I
Nice.
copied the movement of how John Wayne would walk. And
Yeah.
that's how the Gamorrean guard I presented him as a character,
Nice.
and that's that's our job, is to make characters like that come to life and give
Yeah.
them personality.
Mm.
And it was that was quite fun.
Mm. So how was it working on set with Harrison Ford and grabbing his shoulder and walking him down?
Well, Harrison Ford told you what you were going to do.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
um, he was left to his own thing, and he
Yeah.
told us, "I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, and you're going to do this, and you're going to do that." And what was a little bit difficult, the hands of the Gamorrean guard were actually extended.
Yeah.
It was a grip that moved the hand itself, so you couldn't really hold
Mm.
very much pressure.
Yeah.
So that was quite difficult to try and keep hold of him, at least make it look like you had hold of him,
Nice.
and make that realistic,
Yeah.
with things like that. But yes, he got quite physical.
Yeah.
And one of the other Gamorrean guards squealed him. He actually fell down the stairs
Oh, no
to the
way.
dungeon, and he was very upset because he was a ballet dancer like myself. And he said, "I'm not doing this. Get somebody else to do it. I'm not risking my legs for this." So somebody else stood in and did it then. But yeah, it was all Carrie Fisher and Mark. They were really sweet.
Yeah.
Harrison was his own person, and
Yeah.
he didn't join in any sort of conversation.
No.
Very insular man.
Mm. So, what was a typical day on set like for you, filming wise? How long were the days, or were they quite short days?
Yeah, you were there obviously, 6 o'clock in the morning. You'll be there ready to, get the costumes on and get everything together. It's a long day and,
Yeah.
and intensive, but you always come away, yeah, with a good feeling, and
Yeah.
think you've been part of a creative process which involves a lot of people
Yeah.
and a lot of talent and a lot of creativity. To be just part of that,
Yeah.
it's quite a privilege, really.
So you're still so amazed that obviously Star Wars is so relevant in your life still.
Well, I call this payback time.
Payback time.
Because I think I mentioned to you the story that they got my name wrong at the end with the credits. So and about 4 years after I made the film, I actually went over to Hamburg to play in a musical.
Yeah.
And I ended up staying 15 years
Oh,
in
wow.
Hamburg. I started a catering company there. I started an animatronics company there. And I eventually came back to England. Wanted always to come back, but eventually came back.
Yeah.
And I'd been back in this country about 4 years, and then somebody wrote to me who had found out what my real name was, and asked if he could meet me. He wasn't just a fan; he was
Yeah.
quite a knowledgeable person.
Yeah.
And he was the one that said, "Do you know that people all over the world are looking for you?"
Oh, no way.
And I said, "That's exactly what I said." What? No way. And he said, "Yes, because people collect. They want all the Gamorrean guards, and you're the one they can't get a hold of because they don't know who you are."
Yeah.
Anyway, so that all came out, and then one thing led to another. I did my first local Star Wars show, and met somebody then who helped me
Yeah.
to get another business and put me in touch with my agent.
Yeah.
I then had my agent, and yeah, it's opened up a whole new world to me, and it's traveling, and as I say, I feel it's like payback time for.
Yeah.
I mean, I was a dancer, and I say to people, as a dancer, you're as good as your last audition. There's no golden handshake. There's not even a pension.
No.
Nothing. So this is why I feel like it's payback time.
Yeah, of
Not,
course.
I love my profession. It's not like I feel it owed me anything.
No.
But it really feels like payback time.
That's awesome. Well, thank you so much for talking to me today. It was just a quick little talk, 'cause I know we're wrapping up now for
Yeah.
the day. I really appreciate your
Thank you.
time
Been a
and
pleasure.
for sharing your stories.
Thank
Cool.
you.
Thank you so much.